Don't hesitate. Get a marker on the table. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and if you're a new action officer to the Pentagon, I have some good news for you. A general officer can always reverse your position. That is, if you take a position in a meeting that your boss doesn't support, they can always undo it. And that is a good thing. It actually empowers action officers to be more assertive. There's this old story where an Air Force major goes to a meeting at OSD and an Army colonel makes a proposal. And then the guy running the meeting turns to the major and says, "What's the Air Force's position on this?" Of course, the Air Force major has never heard this idea in his life, and he's panicking inside. But he has the wherewithal to say, we're against it. There doesn't really seem to be a reason to change the status quo. Eventually, the meeting breaks up, and the major goes racing back to his boss. And he describes the proposal, and he asks, "So what's our position?" The Air Force general says, "Well, what'd you tell him?" "I told him we're against it." "Well, then that's the Air Force position." You see, all the Air Force major had to do was establish a position. Maybe as time goes by, they talk to the Army more, they work with them on the proposal, and eventually that Air Force general is in a meeting where he supports the Army's proposal. It's not like somebody in that meeting is going to say, "Well, your major originally didn't support this." And even if they did, the Air Force general is going to say something like, "Well, at first glance, we didn't understand all the angles of the proposal. Plus, we've worked with the Army to sort out our concerns." And this has huge implications for you as an action officer because your organization will be better off if you establish a position instead of hanging back and not saying anything. And now, watch this video to see how every brief is a decision brief.